Okay, so for today's lesson, we are going to be subtracting integers. And in order to do this, we need to remember all of our rules we learned yesterday for adding integers. So to subtract integers, you are going to add the opposite, or you're going to add the inverse. So let's look at what we have here. This first problem says 5 minus 7. So on a number line, what I would do is I would start at 5, and then I'd go to the left 7 spaces. Now, without using my number line, I can also write this as an addition problem. 5 plus negative 7 would be the same motion on the number line. I'd start at 0, go to 5 to the right, and then I'd move 7 to the left, which would give me the same answer. So 5 minus 7 and 5 plus negative 7 are the same thing. So you're adding the opposite. One of the things we like to use in 6th grade is keep, change, change. And it's a little song we sing. So you keep the first integer, you change the addition sign, or the subtraction to an addition sign, and then you change your positive number to a negative number. And if you had a negative number, you change it to a positive number, which we'll go over in the next slide. Okay, so here we have a few different problems. Let's look at the first one. So we are going to add the opposite, or keep, change, change. So I'm going to add, and the opposite of negative 3 is positive 3. So 17 minus negative 3 would be 17 plus 3, which equals 20. So you can see that we still need our addition rules from yesterday. So now we're going to go on to this one. You keep the first one the same, and then you're going to change, change. Or you're going to just add the opposite. So I can rewrite this as negative 6, change, change, plus a positive 10. Now I have to remember my rules from yesterday. So 10 has the greater absolute value, therefore my answer is going to be positive. And then I would think in my head 10 minus 6 would give me a 4, so positive 4. You could still also use your chips once you write it as an addition problem. Okay, this next one says 3 minus 9. And a lot of you might think 6 because you're thinking of 9 minus 3. So I'm going to keep the first one, keep, change, change. So I'm going to change this to an addition sign, and then I'm going to change my positive number to a negative number. Or you can say you're going to add the opposite. So I'm adding, and then what's the opposite of a positive 9? It is a negative 9. So 3 plus negative 9. Now, which one has a greater absolute value? My negative or positive number? And it would be my negative number. So my answer is going to be negative. And then I'm going to think subtraction. 9 minus 3 is 6. So my answer would be negative 6. Okay, we have one more over here. 4 minus 6. So I'm going to add the opposite. The opposite of 6 is a negative 6, so 4 plus negative 6. Does 4 or negative 6 have a greater absolute value? 6 has a greater absolute value, therefore my answer will be a negative. And then I'm going to think subtraction. 6 minus 4 is 2. So 4 plus negative 6 is 2, and 4 minus 6 is also negative 2. And that is it for today's lesson. It's a very short lesson. Tomorrow we're going to be working with word problems on this.